This, if you look at research and what research is telling you, that quality professional development is probably the biggest lever that we can pull to improve student achievement. So this plan is really about the adults and how the adults learn in the organization. As I go out and look at effective organizations outside of education, I'm amazed at the quality and depth of learning development for employees. For example, I was at Harley-Davidson, Quad Graphics, and GE. Those are three really pretty good industries in our area. And I was amazed at the schooling and learning experiences for the people that work there and the sophistication of those learning experiences. So anyways, with that said, the Professional Development Functional Plan focuses on implementing a system-wide and cohesive professional development plan designed to develop knowledge, practice, and beliefs of adult learners. The Professional Development Plan is based on National Staff Development Council standards, which recognizes that sustained, rigorous professional development is essential for everyone whose affects student learning. The National Staff Development Goal Standards are based on proven educational research and are landmark contributions in raising student levels of performance. Professional Development Functional Plan was developed in close alignment with, of course, the Instructional Improvement Plan. The strategies in the Instructional Improvement Plan are supported with identified professional development strategies, so there's a linkage between those two plans. Again, the needs assessment, I'm going to point out some of the needs assessments because I think these are important. There is a high teacher turnover in over 7% of MPS teaching force resigns annually, with many leaving for reasons other than retirement. Of the 7%, approximately 17% of new teachers resign within their first year, and the number rises to nearly 40% at the end of the fifth year. 46% of the principals have been principals for less than 5 years. 51% of the teachers surveyed indicated a need for focused training to build knowledge of tools, strategies, and assessments that support reading and math across the district. And 33% of the teachers surveyed indicated receiving no training in differentiated instruction. So obviously these are things then that we're targeting in the plan. To address the urgent facts, the Professional Development Functional Plan has three main goals. One, effective teaching. Kind of obvious, that's our main mission. Educators develop in-depth knowledge of research-based instructional strategies and use data-driven decision-making to improve teaching and learning. Goal number two, leadership. The leadership capacity of teachers, which is extremely powerful, administrators, and other district staff is developed to influence high levels of student achievement. And three, professional learning communities focus on common goals of improving achievement for all students. An at-a-glance overview of the goals and objectives are on page 22 of the plan. The Professional Development Plan focuses on attaining key outcome measures identified in the districts working together achieving more. Among the other key, improving student achievement in reading and math, and ensuring that 100% of the staff are highly qualified and decrease the percentage of new teachers hired that leave within the first 5 years. Specific strategies are identified under each of the measurable objectives in the plan. The Professional Development Plan strategies are aligned to, and again, like I said, support the Instructional Improvement Plan. Some of the key strategies in this plan are providing training for teachers in high-yield instructional strategies, and I talked about the Marzano's 9 and the Project CHRIS strategies of really getting teachers to have an in-depth understanding of working with students so that students can self-actualize their own learning experiences. Provide training for teachers on how to use student performance data to monitor student progress. Provide training for teachers on how to differentiate instruction to meet the needs of all children. Provide training for teachers on how to use standard-based assessments to guide instruction, provide descriptive feedback to students, and to help students self-assess. Provide professional development to schools' learning teams to support their role in learning, and we've started that through the Milwaukee Partnership Academy. Refine support structures provided for new educators, mentoring as an example of that. And establish a district-wide professional development evaluation system to monitor the type, the quality, the cost, and the impact of district and school-based professional development. So those are some examples of that. Again, as I noted before with the Instructional Improvement Plan, because I see a lot of this stuff being disjointed within the school district, we really need to create a space and a place for this to be more organized. So again, that will lead to some organizational design changes within the administration to be able to deliver and work in a more cohesive fashion the outcomes and the expectations in this particular plan. So as we indicated before, and I think when we talked about the student management plan, this really, again, is about looking at the district holistically, getting the central office out of, some people say, oh, this bureaucracy here on Valide Street, to get the district office here more cohesive and more aligned and working together, as opposed to the silos and individuality. And sometimes and I can speak from being a principal for 14 years in a district, there was always this impression sometimes that central office was just doing things to schools, as opposed to working with schools and working in a collaborative fashion, and that some of the work was random. And obviously, this really talks about that alignment and that consistency that ultimately will lead to improving student outcomes.